Free motion quilting for beginners on a square. Hi Quilter! Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Aline.
And I'm Natasha.
In this new season, we are going to quilt squares. And today we are making a very fun design only with arcs, the ARC DECO.
Okay, so here we are with our squares, and our squares has 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches, right? 4 inches.
Yes,
for
it's
4
about
inches.
4, yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to practice the design in our quilting board, and you can do it on a sheet paper if you don't have a quilting board. And we're going to
remember we ship worldwide.
Yes. And so we're going to do this square as you already know with arcs. The first thing we're going to do is to do
simple, thin,
yes,
kind of narrow.
That is important. We want this first, roll of quilting to be these more narrow arcs in opposite to this, for example, these are very
fluffy.
Yeah, let's go with that. A
large
arc in comparison to this one. So we want the skinny one,
like a smooth line.
Yes. And then after we do, the 4
corners of the square.
Now we're going to do a very large arc, but we want to cross here and then continue this arc and then cross here again and then repeat that. Cross and cross, and now cross and cross and cross and cross. So
you will see that is a very strange arc. It's a very odd arc because it's kind of
more
all
like
messed
this,
up. Yeah.
It's like we have an arc here and then it goes. This portion is much more smooth. Yes. So the really weird situation is in this portion because we have to, gain space here so we can come, in the almost in the middle. Our square, the middle of our square is in here, so we're going to get closer to that but not touching it. So let's do it again for you to
get in there.
Yeah. And so first round is narrow,
skinny
arcs,
very thin, smooth arcs.
And now the weird arcs that begins very acentuado. I really want to know this word in English. And then
accentuated, I think.
Yeah, probably. And okay, accentuated, if that's a word, probably not. Then smooth, and now we touch that. Okay, so
curve. Now you can get
curved.
a very straight here like Natasha is doing, but I rather do like in very rounded arcs here because I think it's easier for me to remember. So you can see that is quite the same design. But for me to do this is more easy. This is easiest to do than this, but Natasha always do like this.
Yeah,
that's why she's explaining it to you in that manner. But I think it's important for you to know that this is correct too, because I'm going to quilt it on the machine and you'll see mine will look like this and not like this, because I cannot do this blurbly thing here. I can just think as arcs, very round, very smooth, and very rounded.
Yes. Yeah, definitely this is easier, because when you think about arcs, we think about, you know, let's say regular, you know, curved form here.
Yeah,
and
a
not
part of a circle.
Yeah, and not so accentuated. I just look at accentuated in these parts, you know?
But it's important for you to see this, I think, so you can understand the dynamic, because we all know the orange peel that we do this super easy arcs and move on to the other and so on, but we never have to go in this portion and then the other portion and here to make this very beautiful deco, like art deco.
And something very important also is for you to realize that if your first round of arcs is too narrow, too skinny,
especially in this point,
it will be hard for you to cross and then form this beautiful
art deco inspired.
Yes, exactly. So it has to be skinny, but not so much, because then
it has to be skinny in the center point.
Yeah.
In the corners, it has to be very far, very distant from the borders of the square.
Yeah.
So you can come and drag this other arc here and you have space to make this beautiful design. So practice a lot in your training board. It is not difficult. It's just you really have to understand the design, because the movement you already know how to do. We do a lot of arcs in the other seasons. Till then we did, so you know how to do this. It's just intricate aesthetically, so you have to understand with your brain, okay? And
now you understand where it can go wrong, because we already show you. So after you practice a lot, we see you in the machine.
So we are already here. I just locked my stitches, as you can see, and now we can do the narrow, thin, skinny but pointy arcs here. So very pointy and then narrow, and here pointy. Again, here I will actually make a sort of backtrack, so it have a lot of space for the other arcs. Here you can see that I draw a pink line for saving the space, and now you will see the magic happen. So that's why I draw this line, because this will be in the binding and I don't want to miss this beautiful crossed points here. Of course, when you quilt with a blended thread, it will look much prettier. From one point to the other. And now we are where we started. See how beautiful this design is. This little wonky flompy here you will not see when you go with your usual thread that blends the design a little, the fabric just a little bit brighter, lighter, it will be enough here. This is a very dark thread, so you can see, but still this design is very beautiful. Comment if you liked, share, and we'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye!